Alright everybody, welcome back to another video on the 29 United channel. My name is Arya and I am back with a part 2 of the unpopular football opinions that you guys have sent me on Twitter. I am joined with another person called Arya as well. So Arya, how you doing, bro?
Yo, what's up, man? Thanks for having me on. It's an honor.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you do a podcast called Gol Bezan. So what is all that about?
So Gol Bezan is obviously an Iranian podcast based on Iranian football. It's usually in the English language, but we also do it in Farsi as well, interviewing players and coaches and Asian, Iranian and Asian figures around football. We do podcasts around the national team, around the League of Iran, the players playing in Europe.
Alright, well, that was a great introduction. Let's get on to your questions. So the first opinion comes from @GooseUnited. He says, if Klopp signed Havertz or Timo Werner, we would be calling them world class. I agree, but I disagree because, I mean, if Havertz had the same form as he has now with Chelsea, I don't think people would call them world class. Or not just Havertz, Werner as well. Both of them are just bad right now. It's just the reality. I think it would have been the same with any team they would be on.
I'm guessing he's speaking about them going to Liverpool instead of Chelsea.
Exactly.
Well, I think then in that case you would have to look at the circumstances at the two clubs. Frank Lampard's a brand new coach at Chelsea and he's starting a new team with tons of it's similar to my team, AC Milan, and we signed a bunch of players a couple of years ago, like a whole starting lineup, and the team didn't work. It's the same thing at Chelsea. You can't go and sign 11 players and expect a season to be successful straight away with a really fresh manager who's young and just getting into coaching. So you can't expect too much from those players in that first season. But they might be right if he goes to Liverpool under Klopp, who's been successful. It's just a matter of circumstance and opportunity.
So the next opinion comes from @CSZKFCB. He says that the Premier League is the worst talent factory out of the 5 leagues. So La Liga, Ligue 1, and Bundesliga, and also the Italian League. And someone under that said facts. What do you think, Arya?
I don't know. I mean, the thing that always strikes me with English players is that a lot of them don't really tend to go abroad. They obviously have Sancho and all these players who've gone. Obviously, Tomori went to AC Milan today.
Reece Nelson as well.
There's lots going now, and obviously you get some of the experienced players like Smalling and Ashley Young. I wouldn't say that, but I would say I can understand that they don't maybe ship out players enough.
I mean, there's also Jamal Musiala, from Bayern, but I mean he doesn't really count because he's half German, half English, so it's kind of in between. But yeah, I agree with what you said. Alright, so the next one comes from @_Tyran_, who says Azmoun would score 12 plus goals in his first season in the Premier League, regardless of the team he's on. And I unfortunately have to disagree. I don't think he's gonna bang in 12 goals just like that in his first season. Maybe if he plays with a mid-table team like West Ham or Crystal Palace, maybe, but definitely not with the top club.
That's a good point. I mean, he's really only scored double figures or over the double figures for one season up till now. Last season he was top goal scorer Russian League, and now he's doing really well as well. So he's changed his style. So I think he could adapt to any league should he move. But we'll see what happens in the summer.
This one is actually very, very interesting. It comes from @MightyMusiala_V3. He says that Kimmich would be a good manager. I agree. I mean, he's very, very intelligent. I mean, I think it shows whenever you watch him play. He plays multiple positions. His footballing brain is amazing. He just knows what he's doing whenever he's on the pitch, and I think he's one of the most complete players, if not the most complete player in the world.
You look at how he progressed under Guardiola. He wasn't before Guardiola. He wasn't really doing much at Bayern, if I'm not mistaken, Arya. But then when Guardiola took him into the starting lineup and he started playing him in the back three, and you saw him developing as a player. His development was fast and really impressive. So I'm impressed with Kimmich. I really am. I think that he could eventually become a coach if he wants to, for sure. It's obviously a life choice.
Yeah, I agree. For me, at one point of the season, last season, for me, he was the best player in the world for sure. I think now I wouldn't say the same because Bayern are in this little rough patch. I don't know what's going on with the club, but that's a discussion for another day. So this one comes from Thomas or at Body the Clown _. He says that Kimmich is better than Frank Lampard as a player, and I think this is the most controversial one for sure. There's been a lot of retweets and replies from other Chelsea fans. The thing is with Kimmich is, I think the only thing Kimmich has over Lampard is the fact that he can play, multiple positions. But Lampard, I think, was just something else for Chelsea. He definitely has the potential to be better than Lampard. I think that is something that we can all agree on. But as of now, I wouldn't say so.
No, I don't think so. I get it's a lot of time bias, like current bias, like current times.
Yes.
And like Lampard's not playing, so your bias is against that. So I get that, but I don't agree with it.
This one comes from a good friend of mine actually on Twitter, at Clone of Kaka. He says, and this is a really hot take here, Jurgen Klopp at Dortmund was better than Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. That is a very hard one to say. I wouldn't say so. I mean, of course, Klopp was managing a very good Dortmund team that was this close of winning a Champions League, but of course, the better German team got it. Not to brag, but Robben scored a wonderful goal. No, but seriously, he was this close to, actually it was basically the only time that Dortmund was very good and was able to regularly compete with Bayern. You don't really see that anymore now. So he was very, very good. But again, with Liverpool, he's won back-to-back titles, and I disagree. But it's very close. Very close. Yeah, I agree.
100%. I mean, today's Liverpool will beat that Dortmund. I don't even care what you have to say. 100% they beat them. That's not his doing, because he didn't sign those players. The club signed them, but he still had to train them, still had to compete with them. So I don't agree.
Alright, bro, if you say so. So this one comes from, I'm not even gonna try and attempt to say your at because it's very long, but I'm just gonna go on with the opinion. He says Achraf Hakimi by far is the best fullback in the world. He is clear of all others by a lot. I personally do not watch that much Serie A to judge Hakimi. He was good when he was with Dortmund, but is he really the best one in the world? It's tough. It's really, really tough. Of course, there's the trends, and all that, those type of players.
Yeah.
And I also have a Moroccan friend who really, really rates Hakimi, and he's obviously going to say he's the best right back in the world. I don't disagree, but I don't agree. I don't know. I can't really answer that because I don't watch too much Serie A, but my friend Arya here does watch a lot of Serie A, so I'm going to let him take the spotlight here.
Well, I'm an AC Milan fan, first and foremost, just to give me my, so there's a little bit of that, but I don't have that too much bias. I think Hakimi is a very, very, very good right back, like unbelievable, and he's obviously playing more as a right midfielder for Inter. I don't know, I would say the best fullback in the world right now is probably, it's either Alexander-Arnold when he's playing well. Well, he's not doing that great just now, but I think when he's playing well, I think he's probably the best right back in the world.
But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Again, a special thanks to my good friend Arya at Gol Bezan on Twitter, on Instagram, and all that. I'll be putting all of the links in the description down below. And yeah, is there any ending words that you might want to say? Any shout outs, anything?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on, Arya, first and foremost. It's a pleasure to be speaking about. I actually haven't done anything like this ever, it's actually my first time doing something that's not based on Iranian football. That was quite good experience. And also, yeah, no, just if you want to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, it's just obviously at Gol Bezan. And yeah, we're happy to have you guys there.
Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, so the first opinion comes from at Goose United. He says
I'm sorry, I had to laugh. What was that, bro?
the guy The guy's name is actually Goose United. I'm not kidding. This is his name. I'm not kidding at all.
No.
All right, let's do this again. Let's do this again. Goose in Persian means fart. So as you can see, we're very, very immature. But
Right.
listen.
Nah, but like you put the emphasis on the word, man.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm on red alert. Now she went up in the dirt, man. I don't wanna